Hey, good Monday morning, everybody. Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Here on this 30th of October. Wow, we're almost there. Tomorrow, the last day of the month, and Halloween. Yes, and it's going to be cold. Today is the transition day, the day that we go from relatively mild weather to very cold weather, the first real cold snap of the season, a hard freeze. We've got freeze warnings that are up for tonight and I would say the next few nights. It's going to be just like that. Here's a look at satellite this morning as of 6:10 as I record this podcast, 10 after 6 a.m. And you can see just how extensive the cloud cover is. The good news is the frontal boundary is now east of Bowling Green just a little bit. It's over toward Somerset, that area, this morning. But the rains are still with us and will be for at least the first half of the day. And then we'll get a little bit of clearing that will take place as we go into the afternoon and evening hours. It may not be totally clear, but at least things will start to clear up just a little bit. Now, here's a look at the radar with all the advisories on it, and I'll put this into motion. You can see this steady stream of moisture that just continues to come out of Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, right over southern Kentucky, and it streams all the way up into southern Canada. So it's a pretty good line of mostly light showers. Occasionally, we have some moderate shower activity. Let me zoom in on our area, and we get to Bowling Green and some of the other locations on here, and you can see that this is all freeze warnings starting tonight as we're going to get down into the 20s. This is the day that happens. So you see all those light blue counties extensively through much of Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Missouri, Tennessee, Arkansas. I mean, this thing goes all the way south. Extensive freeze warnings. This will be the first hard freeze of the season. And I know you're thinking you're seeing this rain left over here. Surely that can't be out of here by the time the cold air gets here. It will. It will be. Most of this is going to be over with about midday, and then into the late afternoon to the east it'll be still there for a little bit, but not much longer than that. So already we've picked up 64 hundredths of an inch of rain at the Bowling Green Airport over the last 24 hours, which, by the way, was a 1 day record. We have not recorded 64 hundredths. I know it's not much. It's not even an inch. It's a half inch of rain, but it's a record for the day yesterday. So, you know, October 29th, it's a 1 day record, but we'll take it. I mean, it's not going to eradicate the deficit of rainfall. We're still going to be running behind, but at least this is good. And then once all this rain is gone, the freeze takes over tonight. If you haven't paid attention over the last several days, well, actually the last week or more, I've been talking about this. It's here. It's going to be here tonight. And so if you've got any plants that are outdoors that could freeze, any crops, I doubt there's any crops out, but if there's anything outdoors that can freeze, it will freeze tonight, and that will put an end, a close to the growing season altogether. It's over with as of tonight because we're going to get down to well, I've got 27 as a low temperature for tonight and the next several nights. As a matter of fact, it's going to be that cold for the next several nights. Let's see temperatures right now, and we'll also check rainfall from the Kentucky Mesonet Network. And you can again see, like this makes the third morning that we've had warmer temperatures to the east, where it's in the 50s and 60s. In the central, it's 40s and 50s. And in the west, it's already dropping to, well, there's 40 over in Ballard County. this morning. So they're going to drop into the 30s already. And there's still a little bit of rain. It's a chilly rain, but the warmer air is still kind of, it's shallow, but it's still there. So when the rain comes down, it still has enough time to melt from being frozen up in the upper atmosphere. But that shallowness is going to go away. And then once the colder air comes in, they could see a snowflake or a little piece of ice or something mixed in before their moisture starts to get out of here. But you can see temperatures are dropping. We're in the 40s and 50s, and that's as warm as I'm calling 50. That's it for a high today. 50. From here on out, the temperatures will start to fall. It's going to be close timing, but it looks like much of the rain and the precipitation will be out of here by the time any kind of freezing temperatures. Remember, you got to get down to 32 or colder before things start to freeze over. So I don't think we're going to see any problems from that. Here's a look at 24-hour rainfall, and you can see the highest amounts, almost 3 inches of rain. That's in Marshall County, Benton, Kentucky. Lots of 2.5 inches plus back into far western Kentucky. But let's look at southern Kentucky where we are, and look at that. Um, Over an inch of rain at the Corvette plant site, but only 6/10 of an inch of rain. That's about what the airport recorded. 64 hundredths there, but 65 hundredths at the Ag Expo uh, weather site. 2 inches even in Butler County, little over 2 inches in Muhlenberg County. Let's see here, inch and 6/10 in Hartford, Ohio County, an inch and a quarter in Grayson County, lighter amounts to the east. Barron County, western Barron County, did manage to pick up uh, a little bit over an inch, as you see there. So, pretty good rainfall there, but some of you hardly got anything out of this. I know it's just the way the stalling of the front to the west made all that happen, the heavier rain, and so eastern counties didn't benefit as well as some of the rest of us did. But nonetheless, some decent rainfall, and we'll take it. All right, here's a look at the model blender over the coming days, and you can see that we've got another uh, after this cold snap, we're going to see another bit of a warm up. Certainly not 70s and certainly not 80s, but we do warm up into the 60s. But that's where we should be this time of the year. Average high is 67, and we get close to that next Monday, a week from today. Then, as you can see, following that, it's going to be another cold snap. So we're kind of riding the roller coaster up, and then we go back down. So 40s for highs for the next 3 days, including today. But here you see they've got 29 tonight. I've got 27 with a freeze warning. The first hard freeze of the season happens tonight. Tonight. If you haven't been warned, I don't know where you've been, but I've been talking about this for over a week. 25 maybe tomorrow night after only getting up to 49. I'm calling 47. Here's the thing, it's going to be breezier tomorrow on the 1st of November. No, tomorrow's Halloween, breezier. Then Wednesday's the 1st of November. Whew. Anyway, the Halloween thing being on Tuesday messes me up. But anyway, it's going to be a little breezy. We're actually going to have wind chills. And that's going to make it feel like it's in the teens and 20s even during the day. So Tuesday into Wednesday, that's the coldest. Then we start to see some moderation by Thursday into Friday. The weekend will be warmer with highs in the 60s, but that's it. Then we get that next shot of cold air, which is going to come midweek next week. So all of this is more typical of November. And even though we haven't had these cold shots yet, I hope your heat sources are ready. I hope you're ready for what's coming because it is going to get cold and you will have to turn on heat. And your kids are going to have to, they're going to have to bundle up when they go outside, even when they're trick or treating, I think. I mean, I know it's embarrassing. Mom, don't put a coat on my costume, and but they may have to wear something, to keep warm. It's going to get that cold. Okay, here's a look at the model map. I'll put this into motion. Here we are right now, and you can see the 540 line. This is the coldest air yet this year to push in here, and it's coming. But we've got to get rid of the rain. And so as I put this into motion, you can watch uh, this polar piece of energy continue to slip southward. Notice we're out of the rain tonight and actually this afternoon into early Tuesday. It's going to get cold tonight. Look how far south this line goes. See the blue line right through Kentucky. Here's tomorrow. Now there's a piece of upper level energy that's spinning around in the Great Lakes. You see it there producing rain and snow mixed. Some of that may try to go into northern Kentucky during the day tomorrow, especially tomorrow night. You see it there. It's going to be a close call. Some flurries, maybe, northeastern Kentucky along the Ohio River. But look, that 540 line is down into Tennessee. That's the first time that's happened this season, the end of the year. Now, earlier, back in January, February, March, yeah, that was around, but it hasn't been around since then. So this is going to be that big shot of cold air that hasn't been around for months and months and months. And look how long it stays. Here we go into Wednesday, and it's still here. I mean, and it's going to be quite cold as that cold just dips down into Tennessee. And even some of the southern states will get a piece of that energy and that very polar air. And they may not be ready for it, but it's coming. And it's going to be uh, it's going to be shattering, earth shattering to those folks because they're just not used to that. All right, here's a look at the maps over the next several days. And we're going to continue to see the slow progression. The front is picking up some momentum. And as I said, it's now east of us. So the rains will start to taper off as we get into the afternoon. There you go. Still some rain left east of us, but here comes the colder air that takes over tonight. This is mid afternoon, evening tonight, and into the day tomorrow. Cold, 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 a little blustery at times with even though the sun will be out, that wind is going to try to kick up a little bit and make it feel like it's in the teens and 20s as far as a wind chill. Here comes the secondary piece of energy, but it's pretty weak, and attached to that low that I showed you spinning around over the Great Lakes. As we get into Tuesday evening, and may produce a little mixed precipitation right along the Ohio River. I showed you that on the model map. Maybe a little rain or snowflakes mixed in. Nothing really this far south, but I wouldn't be surprised if somebody sees something out of that by Tuesday afternoon and evening. Snow showers in far eastern Kentucky on Wednesday. Then high pressure totally just ruling everything over the eastern half of the United States. And now that the center is moving east, this is when we start to get a warmer flow out of the south, and things will gradually start to warm up. Here we go into Friday and into Saturday, then into Sunday. There might be a few, sprinkles around, but by then we're going to be in the 60s, and it's going to warm up more than what it's going to be tonight in the next few days. Just, I hope you get your coats out. I hope you get anything out that's going to try to keep you warm. And you've got your alternate heat sources. If it's a fireplace or a stove, a wood stove, or a space heater or whatever, I hope you've by now made plans to use those things because you're going to need them. And I know you think I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. It's going to get that cold. For some of you that are cold natured, you're already saying it's cold and you're putting extra layers on, and that's what you're going to have to do the next few days and nights until we get back into the 60s. All right. That should do it for this Monday. I'm on the radio right now, Sam 100.7. And then later today, I'll be on News 40, WNKY at 5, 6, and 10. Until then, God bless you. Have a great Monday, and thanks for watching.